Okay, so now without any delay, let's get started with the course. Over to you, Ukshan sir.
Okay. So guys, I'm Ukshan, and I'll be taking you all through this entire Arduino bootcamp. Um, as Vedant said, I would love for you all to ask me questions on the way. Don't keep it waiting till the end. If I'm explaining something and you all don't get it, feel free to unmute and ask. All right. Okay. So without any delay, let's start this course. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, Ukshan.
Okay.
Guys, if you could on your videos, it will be a really good.
Yeah. Let's keep this an interactive class. Um, this isn't your school class. You don't have to study for a test in the end. So okay. So let's start. Okay, so this is an Arduino board. Now, um, when you hear people say that I've used an Arduino for my project, they're probably talking about this board. This is called an Arduino Uno. It's a really simple board, it's basic, it's cheap, and you get it anywhere. And I'm pretty sure any of you will get a grasp of this board soon. Right now, it may look intimidating because of all these electronics and different pins and all, but I'm sure by the end of this class, you all will understand what these things do exactly. Okay, so this is a picture of an actual board over here where my cursor is, and here is a schematic. So I'll be explaining on this, and you all can refer to the real thing here. Also, by the end of the class, we'll learn how to program this board to make a LED blink. It's going to be really fun. Okay, so let's start. Now, let's start with the right hand side of the board. These are your digital pins. Okay, these are the pins that you'll be using for most of the time. This is where your inputs and output signal happen. You can program these pins to make them output 5 volts at any time. You can do that output with a timer, or you can connect it to a sensor. Now, these are 14 pins, and if I go to the PPT, you can see these pins more clearly. So these are how they look. So they are labeled 0 to 13, and all these 13 pins you can use. And I'll explain to you exactly how you can use them. Okay, so what do they do? There are two states these pins can be in: an off or an on or an off state, a high or a low state. In their high state, they are outputting 5 volts. In the low state, they are outputting 0 volts. That's it. So all you need to know is you can program these pins to be on or off at any time. Okay, does anyone have any doubts with these? Okay, so everyone understood what these pins are. Any doubts?
No doubt.
No.
Okay. Now let's move to the left hand side of the board. These are your analog pins. So these were digital, these are analog pins, these pins here. What these pins do are they can detect continuous voltages. Okay, let me give you an example. How many of you all know what a potentiometer is? Or how many of you all don't know what a potentiometer is?
I don't know.
Okay, okay, so let me stop screen share and I'll pin my video. Okay, so you all see this component in my hand. This is a potentiometer. It's a very basic component and you all can understand. In your homes, you all have a fan and it has a regulator, right? So you have five options: one, two, three, four, five, right? So if you're on one, there's your fan is slow. If you're on two, it's faster, and as you go higher, it's faster and faster. So this is basically that. So as I turn this knob, there is a signal wire that outputs a higher and higher voltage. So now this voltage can be interpreted by these ports. You will understand in more depth as I start programming, but these pins can take in analog signals like that. Okay, let me show you a proper picture of these pins. Okay, so can you all see these pins? Analog A0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Okay, anyone has any doubts with these pins?
No.
You all understood what
No.
they did. Okay, great. Now let's move to the top of the board. So we understood digital, these pins, we understood analog. Now let's go to these. These are called the power pins. These are what will be supplying you with power for your for your projects. Now out of all these pins, you're just going to be using three, these three here. If I zoom in, you can see these are your 3.3 volt pins. You can see 3.3 volts written, 5 volts and ground, to ground these pins, to ground the voltages. So you can ignore this reset and win. These aren't going to be helpful right now. So you got this. Okay, so everyone understood the basics of how this Arduino board functions, like what these pins do, because the pins are the only thing that you will be interacting with. So everyone's got it. Should I move on?
Yes.
Okay.
One small query. Could you just re-explain the concept of grounding?
Okay. So any voltage, any voltage needs to be grounded. If it's starting from 5 volts, you need to have a anode and a cathode. So for example, if you have an LED, okay, let me show you. Yeah. So can everyone see my screen? You see this LED?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you see there are two wires coming out from down, these two rods. So one is
Yes.
the cathode and one is the anode. Basically a positive and negative, if you can see. So you need a positive voltage to go through the anode, and you need a negative volt and you need a negative grounding port. So this is your grounding port. Did that clear your doubt?
Yes, thank you.
So it's like a negative terminal.
It is a negative terminal. A voltage will go
Um,
from
It's a
a,
negative terminal.
yeah.
So basically,
Okay.
you're saying the voltage will come in from 5 volts and it will exit through ground.
Yes, exactly. So
Thank
okay, now let's move on to the programming. I mean, you all saw this, and let me show you the board in real life. So if I pin this video, this is from my phone, and as you can see this board, this is an actual Arduino. So when we, as we upload the code, this Arduino will react to it in real time. Okay. Can everyone relate to the pins? What I explained, this is the real board. You all can all relate, right?
Yeah.
So these are the digital pins. And okay, so now let's go on to the software part of this. So I want everyone to do this with me. Go on Google, go on Google, and now type Arduino Home, and click on the link. And I want you all to download the software. The software is called an Arduino IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so I'm sure you all know how to download things from the internet. So you can scroll down and you can download. It's really simple, and you can go ahead if you all have any doubts. So keep it to download right now. If it happens by the end, great. If it doesn't happen, then you all can message me or Vedant. We both will help you out with it. Okay, now I already have Arduino downloaded onto my PC. So let me start it. Okay, anyone has any doubts till now? Has everyone understood what's happening?
Yes.
Download that. Yes.
You aren't getting how to download it?
There's no link anything.
You are not audible. Redone. Okay,
There
do one
is
thing.
no
Do one thing
the
right
link.
now. Follow up with the course and then afterwards message me. Okay, we'll help you out later. Okay, so
Maximum voltage this board can sustain.
it's 5 volts.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 volts and 40 milliamps if you want. Okay,
Okay.
so
Thank.
yeah. Okay, so when you open the IDE, Integrated Development Environment, this is what you'll be greeted with. Okay, now Arduino is based off the language called C++. So if you all know about C++, this is going to be really easy for you all. But if you all don't, it's still going to be really easy. Trust me. Okay. So what did we say we were going to do today in this course? What was our project?
To learn the basics of robotics.
Okay, but what project were we going to do? What were we going to make start? What are we going to blink? Um, so we were going to make this LED blink, right? Okay.
Yes.
So let's see how we can do that. So this is your IDE, if and this will be a place where you all will get a lot of doubts. Okay. So just feel free to ask me because this might get a little complicated for some of y'all. Okay. So let's start off with what a void setup is. You all will always be greeted with this void setup by default. Now this setup is called when you start a sketch, okay, and it will run only once. So when you plug in your Arduino to some power source, your Arduino will come alive, right? So something has to run. So this setup is what is going to run first. Here you will initialize everything. You will tell the Arduino, okay, this is that. Moving on, this is your void loop. Void loop is something that requires the Arduino to repeat a function over and over again till it meets its condition, or either you plug off the Arduino. What you see these are comments. Okay, so if you put two slashes behind anything, they turn into a comment. So basically in your programming, you'll use comments to remind yourself of things. So you have your
What
void
is,
loop. Yeah.
what's the meaning of void?
Okay, that's a question. I'll come back to you later. Let's not confuse the class. But a void is basically a place where you can write your code in. Okay, so it's an empty place where you can write your code in.
Guys, for now, all you need to know is your void setup on top will run once, and your void loop, whatever you write inside, that will keep on happening again and again and again. And void setup will run initially once. That's all you all need to know for now.
Yeah, if we go into detail, there's a lot. Okay, so we understood what
Yeah,
comments
I
are,
wanted
right?
to ask.
Yeah.
Hey, Akshan. So are the keywords and stuff here? Is it
Yeah.
similar to Java and BlueJ?
Not really. Everything from serial interface to everything. It's quite different from Java, at least, but it's really close to C++.
Okay, for instance,
Okay.
void. So would that mean the same
Yeah.
thing as?
Void is something that's common in almost all programming languages. So things like that are same.
Okay,
But
okay,
yeah, but if you know something like Java, this is going to still be easy for you because you understand how programming works. Okay.
okay.
So
Thanks.
since these are comments, let's just delete them because we don't need them right now. Okay. And let's just start this blank. Okay, this is blank now. So we need to program this LED to turn on first. Okay, let's have that as a goal. I'm pinning my video. Now you remember um we spoke about digital pins, analog pins, power pins, right? So which pins do you think I should use for this LED? Ridan, you were saying something, I couldn't hear you.
In power pin.
Power pin. Okay, you are not wrong. You could use a power pin, but that would mean you are continuously supplying this with 5 volts. We could do that, but we don't want to right now. We want to program it, okay, to supply this with 5 volts. So which pins do you think we should use? Okay, so it's not the power pins. So which pins do we have left? What do analog pins do? Okay, Shashank or Tasha, what do analog pins do? Okay, analog pins detect voltages. Okay, so they can read voltages. What we need to do is output a voltage to this. We need to supply this with voltage to make it blink, right? So we'll use the digital pins. Okay. So these digital pins are what we'll be working with. Everyone understood that? Anyone has any doubts?
No.
No.
Sure. Okay. Guys, let's keep our videos on. Okay. So let's get on with our programming again. So I'm connecting this. Okay. So okay. First, basics of how an LED works. There's a cathode and there's an anode. Now I'll get a fresh LED so I can show you all. But w- do you all see any difference in this LED? Do you all see any difference in these legs of the LED?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference?
One leg is
One is
short and one
short.
leg is long.
Good. Okay, one leg is short and one leg is long. So the longer leg is the anode, and the shorter leg
Anode.
is, yeah, and the shorter leg is the cathode. So what does that mean? That means,
Positively charged and negatively charged,
yep,
effectively.
yeah, that's right. So your anode is where your positive is where the voltage has to go, and the negative is where you have to ground it, right? We spoke about grounding before. Okay, so which pins should I connect these into? I'll connect these into this ground pin here. So if you can see, everyone can see this ground pin here. On top of pin 13, there's a ground there.
Yes.
So we'll connect the ground of this LED to there, and we'll connect the anode, the positive part of the LED, to some pin, any pin here. So let's go with pin 9. Okay. So let's do that. See, if you all can see my screen, I'll just spin the video. Okay. So you all can see this board, right? So I'm connecting this LED. I'm putting the ground into ground, and I'm putting the cathode at the anode, the positive terminal, into pin 9. Okay, that's it. Can you all see it connected? Has everyone understood? Any doubts? Any questions? Anything you all are finding difficult? No. Okay, great. So now we have this LED connected to pin 9. And what do digital pins do? They can output a voltage. So let's start programming. Okay, so how many of y'all know about variables? How many of y'all don't know about variables? Okay, have you all done programming?
I don't know.
You all don't know. Okay. 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 So a
Basically, there are
variable.
two things: variable and constant in programming language.
Okay.
Which
Great.
means a variable can we can change variable even after initializing in
Yeah.
class.
Okay, that's right. So a variable is something that can change. Variable. It varies. It can change throughout the program. A constant is something that is constant. It's the same throughout the program. We got these two things right. Okay, so let's start. Um, so first we'll declare a variable. Now, what variable do you think we need to declare? What is a component that is connected to the Arduino?
LED.
Yep. So there's a LED. So we need to declare that LED, right? The Arduino doesn't know that we've plugged in this LED. So we'll write int LED. Now, what is LED? LED is a variable. I have not written LED because I've plugged in an LED. This could be anything. I could write any random word. I could write my name also. But right now, since we're working with an LED, we'll name it LED is equal to 9. Now, why did I write 9?
Because you have plugged in the time.
Because
Okay,
you have plugged the pin at 9.
great. Okay. So now our program knows that we have associated the word LED with pin 9. So now in the rest of the program, if we talk about LED, it's going to always refer to pin 9. So for small programs like this, you all will not see a difference. Like you all may say that, okay, why don't you just write 9? But in longer programs, you will come to know that there will be so many pins and pods that you need to assign them with words. So everyone got this? Anyone has any doubts on this variable?
No.
Okay. Now let's go on to the next thing. What did we talk about? The void setup, right? So this is syntax for the void setup, which you need to write, which Arduino writes for you always because it's required in all your programs, but I removed it so we could start fresh. Now, what did we talk? What does the void setup do? Okay, what does the void
We can
setup do?
command, we can code here.
No, the coding is in void loop, right? Because it runs over and over. Void setup, you need to, it runs once when the Arduino starts. You need to initialize things here, right? Got that? Okay. So how do we
Yes.
initialize? So LED is now associated with pin 9, but we need to say that pin 9, aka LED, is an output, right? Because we need to output 5 volts. Because as you go further in Arduino, you'll learn that these digital pins can be used as an input as well. So right now we're using it as an output. So you all need to write these keywords. These are some keywords. Um, pin mode, pin mode. Okay. LED output. Now, what is pin mode? You have does it make logical sense to you, or like is it intuitive? There's a pin and you need to define its mode. Is it input or output? So does this make sense to you all? Anyone has any questions on this?
No.
Okay.
Will you please just repeat what you have said just now?
Okay. So pin mode is a keyword that you can use to initialize your LED or your port, to be precise. So LED is associated with pin 9, right? We have that clear. So now we need to say, tell the Arduino, is pin 9 an output or an input? So in our case, we want to output 5 volts, right? So it's an output. Did that clear your doubt? So let me put
Yes.
comments
Uh,
and yeah, tell me.
uh, is this embedded C language is case sensitive?
Yeah, it's very case sensitive. And this is called bumpy format. It's so that bumpy font, because if you write capital P and then the rest of it in lowercase, it's quite difficult to read. So now, and if I change the syntax, if I write something wrong, like if I write pin mode, you see it hasn't detected it.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I write the right syntax, it turns orange. So I'll make a comment here and I'll explain this line. Okay, so pin mode, and what here we write is pin comma mode. Okay, now has everyone knows, right, what a comment is? The compiler ignores this. This is just for our understanding. Okay, so don't get confused by this. What this
What do
means
you
is
mean by
that
compiler here?
the compiler is what processes your program. So when you compile your program, it means it reads your program and it makes sure everything is right. And if there's something wrong, it pinpoints you in this terminal window. It pinpoints you to that line and tells you what's wrong.
So it basically converts your kind of human language which you've written into
To
machine
binary.
language, zeros and ones, and gives it to your Arduino as a package, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. So it converts whatever you've written in words into zeros and ones. But naturally, it would be very difficult for us to learn zeros and ones binary to program these microcontrollers. So that is what these IDEs are. Okay. So has everyone understood this? Now we can go on to the actual programming. Okay. So void loop is where we said we'll program. And what does void loop do? What does a loop mean? Ridan, what does a loop mean?
Loop means that everything which will repeat the whole time.
Correct. Yep, that's exactly right. It will keep repeating it. Okay. So what do we need to do in this loop? What do we need to repeat? We need to repeat to the Arduino that keep this on, right?
Sir,
So let's, yeah.
what means word loop?
What is,
What means word loop?
what, what do you mean by void loop? It's a, it's a syntax. For now, I cannot explain what void loop and those parentheses are. It'll confuse the class. But for now, just take it as a syntax, and it'll be much easier if you're a beginner and you take it as just you need to write it, because there's a lot of things with the Arduino software that you need to memorize, like pin mode and output, things like that. Okay, but basically loop, all you need to know is that it repeats again and again and again. Okay, so here's another keyword for you. Then digital write. Okay, now does this make any do, is this intuitive? Digital, these are digital pins, right? These are
We are
digital
writing
pins,
in
and you're writing a digital pin, correct? So it makes sense. So digital write, and what do we need to write? How in pin mode we first said LED, comma output. So what do you think we should do here? LED, comma.
9.
What did we say? Low or high, on or off? Remember digital pins
off.
on or off, low or high. So what should we write? High. Okay. Yep. So high. Okay, this is your first program. If I upload this code, it should turn this LED on. So let's try it. Okay. I'll first compile the sketch. I'll compile this program. Okay, let's save this. Okay, now let it compile. So now what's this terminal window? This is called the terminal window. If everything is right, if whatever code we wrote made sense to it, it's gonna be happy and it's gonna say compile successfully. But if we're wrong, it'll pinpoint us to the line and it'll tell us what the problem is. Is everyone following till now?
Yes.
Done compiling.
Yes,
Okay. So now let's upload this code. So next to this compile button is the upload button. So if I press this, it will send all this data to the Arduino. So if you see my Arduino now, I'll stop the screen share and I'll pin this. Can you all see the light started?
Yes.
You can see the LED is on, right?
Yes.
That's fine. I mean, that's cool and all. But what else can we do? What else can an LED do? It can be on or it can be off. So, okay, you all tell me now. What do you think I should do if I want to turn this LED off? What change do I make to this program?
You have to just remove high and put off.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's just a syntax. So instead of high, you write, instead of off, you write low. Okay, so on is high, off is low. Okay, now if I upload this, the LED turned off. You all saw that?
Yes.
Okay. Now what else can we do with an LED? We can make it turn on, we can make it turn off. What if we combine those two? What can it do?
Blink.
Blink,
Blink.
blink.
Okay, perfect. So let's write another statement. Okay, before we make it turn off, let's make it turn on first. So digital LED high. Okay, how many of you think this is gonna work?
I.
Okay, how many of you think this isn't gonna work?
I think.
Okay, okay. So someone who thinks it isn't gonna work. Okay, Anil Singh, you raise your hand. Okay, so why do you think it won't work? Anyone?
You need to put a delay.
Okay, you're right. You no programmer. Okay. So he's absolutely right. If I upload this code, the Arduino is gonna go crazy because this doesn't make sense, right? It's trying to keep the LED on and it's trying to keep the LED off at the same time, right? So we need to introduce a delay in between. So we need to keep it on. We then need to tell it that okay, for this much time it's gonna be on, and then we have to tell it this much time it's gonna be off. So how do we do it? What did he say right now? Delay, right? So we write delay, and delay is always in milliseconds. So how many milliseconds make a second?
100.
100? No,
Yes.
1000.
1000. Yes. Okay, so 1000 milliseconds make a second. So here we want it to be on for a second and then we want it to turn off for a second. So let's keep this 1000. And then again, after it's on, it's going to wait for 1000 milliseconds, 1 second. Then it turns off and then we want it to stay in its off state for 1 second. Everyone got this?
Yes.
Let's upload it. Let's see what happens.
And so what about the loop? So
So
is
it's
it
gonna run.
infinite or
It's infinite. So it's going to run over and over again. I'll explain to you when I go back in the IDE. But can you see the LED is blinking now?
yeah?
Yeah.
So it's on for a second, it's off, then it's on for a second. Now to answer your doubt, okay, let's confirm some things. Okay, so this is gonna, so what does this do? Turn it on, wait for 1000 milliseconds, 1 second, turn off, wait for 1000 milliseconds, and then this is a loop, right? So it's gonna start all over again. So it starts again and again and again. And if we do not put an end to this, it will go on forever. So until I unplug this Arduino, this program is going to run forever. The LED is going to blink forever. So did that clarify your doubt on loop?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Okay. Now let's make this go faster. We're almost done. Like this is all we're doing today, and I have a surprise for you all in the end. But let's make this go faster. How fast do you
Where
think
you
you
are
can
taking power? 5-volt
taking?
battery?
No, it's connected. So the good thing about Arduinos is that the cable that you use to transfer data from, you can use that same cable is used for um, supplying it with power. Got that?
Okay.
So if you see here, there's a barrel jack. So if you don't want your Arduino connected to the laptop, you can plug in a 9-volt battery and it will power it. The compiler remembers, I mean, the microcontroller remembers whatever program you put onto it. So your Arduino doesn't have to be connected to the laptop all the time. Okay. So
Okay, there
we're gonna,
it means there is no need to like
there's no need to keep it connected all the time. Just to upload your code and then you can remove this USB type A cable and just put a
okay,
9-volt
okay.
battery. Ah, okay. Now, how fast do you think we can make this LED blink?
100
100
milliseconds.
milliseconds. 100 milliseconds. Okay. Let's try 100. I'm not sure you all will be able to see through Zoom because of the shutter speed of the camera, but I'll tell you how it looks like. Okay, so let the code upload. Yeah. Can you all see this? Yeah, you all can see it pretty well on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's blinking. So 100 milliseconds means in 1 second it's blinking 10 times. Okay, now let's. Okay, I don't think you'll be able to see on Zoom, but basically this can go on to 20 milliseconds. So you can do that too. So I'm not going to teach you all anything else, but so this is it for today's class. Anyone has any doubts? Before I show you all something, anyone has any doubts?
No.
Anything regarding programming? Yep. Tell me.
Because of network issue, I wasn't able to attend the first 15 minutes. So can you just repeat it.
A recording of the lecture will
Yeah.
be put up on YouTube. You can refer to that later.
Okay. Now I want you all to see this. I'll pin my video. Does everyone have my video pinned? The phone video. Okay. So we did this with one LED, right? Now this is a breadboard, and I'll explain to you all how breadboards work in the next class. It's really interesting. It's really easy. But basically, if you can make one LED blink, you can make 12 blink in sequence. So with just this basic program, um, you can make you can make your Arduino do this. You all might think this is complicated right now, but as you get on hands on with the software and stuff, you all will really understand how easy it is. So that's it. Today was about LEDs and how we can turn one on and turn one off. In the next class, what we'll do is we'll learn about breadboards, and I'll show you all how to make something like this. And we'll introduce a potentiometer. You remember we talked about this earlier?
Yes.
So we'll make this potentiometer dim an LED. Okay. So anyone has anything to say, any doubts, any suggestions?